I'm on the beat. What's popping, y'all? What's going on? This is BMOC. Now I'm going to say BMOC.TV. Welcome. Tonight we're talking about voting. The title is Voting in Hip Hop. That's just a switching bait for you to click on it. Now we're talking about hip hop tonight. I'm just talking about voting. So before we get started, I want to say a big shout out to everybody who's been supporting my new venture, Live the Biz. The main name is livethe.biz. For those who don't know, it is a music education and membership site. So for those that join, you can go to industry panels, and you actually get animated classes on the music industry. So Tyra is moving around. Tyra is like, this is like MTV Cribs for Tyra.
Oh, my bad. Look. I hit the wrong
crib.
button on my remote. Ain't one
Okay.
like.
Oh Lord, don't.
My
I'm hit the button on you.
Shows. My bad.
I'm gonna hit the button on you. So no, yeah. So the music membership site, you learn about the music business. So our launch event was on Wednesday, and I had as a panel the senior vice president of Viacom, the vice president of Viacom. They run, MTV, VH1, BET, Logo, Civic, Nickelodeon, Spike. Forgive me, MTV2, all of those channels. They run those. The vice president of Sony TV. I had the marketing manager for Roc Nation. She does all of J. Cole's marketing and DJ Khaled. I had radio promotion director from Warner Brothers, and I had the CEO of Cosign and Women of Music. So it was pretty lit. We sold out of 80 tickets in 3 hours, which was dope. And I had about 30 people on the waiting list. So yeah, it went like it, it went. So thanks again to everybody for showing love. It went excellent. All the pictures will be up tomorrow. And the video recap will be up on Thursday. And our next event is going to be in February. We're going to have a list of A&Rs, a panel of A&Rs of how they sign artists from different companies. So every couple of months, we're going to have events. So tune in. If you want to hear more about that, go to Live the Biz, livethe.biz, facebook.com says Live the Biz, Instagram says Live the Biz. My commercial is done. All right. So let's get into some more important things. Voting, man. It's voting time.
Whoa.
Voting time.
Intros?
I'm getting to that, my friend. Relax, Blade. Where's your glasses? Blade, where's your...
Don't make me break the glasses out. Don't make me break them out.
Blade 4. So again, voting we're talking about tonight. Tonight we're all voting for Hillary Clinton. We probably have different perspectives on why, but we're all doing it. So before we get into that, I want to go around the room and introduce the best co-host in the entire planet. This shot, I say what's up to the people. Here we go.
No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
Listen,
I can't do it tonight. That's tonight. I can't do it.
First of all, thank you for tuning in, man. I want to make a point to say that using this platform, we are not running from any issues, right? We're here for Alton Sterling. We try to be here for the Michelet domestic violence conversation. That's in the story. You know what I'm saying?
Please don't mention that at all. No. Cut. You need to cut it.
So this is important, and if it's important for us to mention this, it's important to our community. We talk about all events. We want to be here for this to talk about what matters most. Shout out to Lil Wayne.
Oh gosh. Shout out. That's nice. Donita, hey, what's up to the people? Donita got her headphones on, got the hair laid. Hey, what's up to the people?
Got the new headphones so y'all can actually hear me now.
Unfortunately.
Hello. Oh. We're gonna just keep going forward.
Exactly.
Trying to be a new person. Hello, beautiful people. This is Donita. I'm so glad to be here, especially now that I have recovered from homecoming. I have my voice back. Anybody that saw me in those Charlotte streets did not hear me because my voice was completely shot. So I am back in full effect. Can't wait to see what happens on this episode.
This sounds like a good homecoming. Shout out to my Golden Bulls down there in Charlotte. JC.
Yes, you?
That's right. You gotta work on that. Speaking of homecoming, shout out to all my cousins and my family members that went to Norfolk State University, the 757 Norfolk VA. Hold it down always. Hampton Roads. What's poppin'?
Alumni. Hey.
Tyra, say what's up to the people, Tyra.
Oh. Hey, y'all. It's Tyra. I'm actually a Norfolk State alum. Yes. The best HBCU. I shall say, even though I got a few more up here.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Listen,
You went over.
This is my opinion. Okay. We all talk our opinions. But I love y'all too. I know y'all all together. So don't gang up on one person that went off state, okay?
Don't do it.
Shout out to my VA folks, my VA folks.
Thank you.
Get that drum album too. Get that drum album. Talib, say what's up to the people, Talib. What's poppin'? Jersey.
What's going on, everybody? It's Talib, aka Rap Nerd Reed. Let's get it on.
All right.
Oh, I heard Surf choke man against Rex, man.
Yeah, later. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that. That was terrible. And after the shook stuff too, yeah, that was kind of bad. Yeah. All right. So tonight we're gonna get into no holds barred. If you are a person who doesn't know why you should vote, if you're undecided, if you don't like Hillary, I want you to tune in tonight. Because tonight we're gonna have some real talk. I want all the hoteps, the brothers, please, may I, all y'all, I want y'all to tune in tonight. Because tonight, this is going to be special. It's going to be different. You want to know why it's going to be different? Because we have facts. That's right, folks. Facts still exist in 2016, okay? There will be no meme sharing tonight. These are all facts. All of y'all, Birth of a Nation, box office, meme sharing, facts only, don't want to research, so you guys simplify every single thing to hashtags and quotes. I want you guys to pay attention tonight. All right? I want you to. So before I go around the room, I want to say a few things first about Miss Hillary Clinton. Okay? So let's get into it. Barack Obama was a great president. We never thought we would see a Black president in office so soon. And obviously soon is relative because it's been like a lot of presidents, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of even it's funny to see 8-year-old kids, 9-year-old kids, 10-year-old kids that haven't really lived without, you know what I'm saying, knowing any other president but a Black president, which is dope. And it was cool seeing Barack and Michelle on the cover of Essence, and it's cool seeing Barack and Michelle dapping it up with Jay-Z and playing, you know, basketball and all that. It's cool.
Summer playlist.
Cool, right? But the fact of the matter is that era is now over. Unless Michelle hopefully decides to run, which I will be voting for her. So I love Michelle. I probably love Michelle more than anybody in the house. You know, they keep it a buck, and I have reasons for that too. But that's over. So now we have Hillary Clinton and we have Donald Trump. Now, there are those out there that say it's all just the same. You know, either way, the country is doomed. I don't like Hillary. Let's break down the facts. When I tell people they need to vote for Hillary Clinton and not Trump, I mean because if you do not vote for Hillary, there is a chance that Donald Trump will win. Call it fear, call it logic, call it pandering, call it whatever you want, but those are the facts. Those are your options. Bernie Sanders is not running anymore. He has endorsed Hillary Clinton. If you vote for a third-party candidate who hasn't had as much exposure as Hillary and Donald Trump, which has been no one, who hasn't been on the major presidential stage, which has been no one, you are potentially throwing your vote away in the most important election that we've had in the past few decades. Okay? So bear with me. That's part of my main reason why you should vote for Hillary. In terms of Hillary herself being presidential or being fit to be president, I'm going to tell you why that is, outside of the fear, outside of me pandering, outside of me forcing you to have an opinion. Here's why. The state's children's health insurance program that Hillary Clinton has developed has funded over 6 million children to be insured under health program. She's for gun control. She's for equal pay for women. She's for solutions for global warming. She's a major supporter in the Iran nuclear deal. She's behind backing and getting behind those strengthening relationships with Cuba. Reducing the military budget for those who think, oh, she's just war hungry. Even though, you know, Barack picked her to be in the cabinet, you know what I mean? But so if you like Barack and he picked Hillary, why would you be just Hillary? I don't know, but we're gonna get to that later. Reducing the military budget to put more funds to where they're needed. She's with raising taxes for rich people, trying to get out of it. She wants to raise minimum wage to $12 an hour. She wants to hold employees responsible for those who are underpaying their workers. She's big on police reform. She's still on the national stage. The first president to talk about police reform during a presidential election. Call it pandering or call it listening to her advisors, which presidents do. you know, like Barack has done, like Bill has done, like Jimmy Carter has done. It's called listening education. And she's talking about police reform, which would decrease, racial profiling, and that would lead to mass incarceration for people of color. She's also proposed putting $25 billion into historically Black colleges. We were shouting them out earlier. And increasing paid leave, women's rights. It's, immigrants being able to have citizenship. There's a lot of things that's been going on with that. So when I talk about Hillary Clinton, I'm not just saying, oh, vote for her so we don't get Trump. Yeah, I'm saying that, but I'm also saying there are specific policies and plans that a lot of you guys haven't researched, because you're focused on Hillary couldn't chill with me. Hillary couldn't hang out with me. I wouldn't invite Hillary to a cookout. Would you hang out with your boss from work? Would you hang out with every single person, the CEO, the president, the people that cut your checks? Would you hang out with them? No. For those who have been in a hiring situation, there's two different circumstances, right? There's we have a position open, we're gonna just interview till we find the right person. Then there's we have a position that needs to be filled, and we're gonna hire the best person in the room. The latter is where we're at, right? This isn't an ongoing thing to where you wanna see Obama's kids grow up so they can run for president. This isn't that right now. This is who is the best person in the room. So to say the person who's been a senator, who's been a first lady, who has ran for president numerous times, who has been in the cabinet picked by your favorite person, Barack Obama, who's endorsing her, who Michelle's endorsing her, Bernstein's endorsing her, and she's the same as Trump, who has never held a political office ever in his life, probably wasn't even president of the Boy Scouts when he was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even the same thing. You guys are oversimplifying an issue because either you can't comprehend what's going on, or you're too lazy to research what's going on. So you want to oversimplify things to memes and comparisons and Essence magazines and Jay-Z. You guys are so simplified that you won't even take the time to research something that's going to affect everybody else around you. So yes, I'm judging you, Judge Joe Brown, Judge Judy, Judge Toller, Judge Philip Banks, all right? Judge everybody, okay? So with all that being said, those policies and plans, and Hillary's in terms of, even with the whole emails, it came out today that the FBI went through the emails and nothing was criminal about any of the emails. It was on CNN, it was on NBC. They went through the emails, even that issue. Yes, she did say the thing about the whole the super predator thing with Bill. She apologized for it. And people make mistakes. I wasn't feeling that comment. Personally, if I was having a cookout and I could invite Hillary to come through, I don't know if I would invite her. I don't know if I could kick it with her. I don't know if she's listening to Beyonce and Jay-Z like Obama and Barack and I don't know that. I do know that we need somebody to help run this country. And that's all that I'm focused on. Everybody that I work with, I don't like. A lot of people who I like, I wouldn't hire.
True.
So I don't get why people are picking this. Oh, I don't like her outfit. What do you mean? Why don't you look up what she's talking about? Most of the stuff that she's talking about are things that Barack Obama agrees with and approves and started. And if she's so evil, if she's so evil, why would the man you love even want to work with this woman when he didn't have to? Why would Obama pick specific people who were instrumental in the White House and in government, in the Senate, when Bill Clinton was in office? Almost the same amount of people that worked there worked for Barack, but they're so different because she isn't Black. Like, are you kidding me? She's also a woman. And a lot of this, I feel like y'all not ready for a woman president, and you're putting under the guise of her being evil and weird and blah, 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 when some of you guys are bigots. So in conclusion to this long rant, I want to say that tonight will be about facts. And I have more facts about all the things I just spoke about in terms of her specific policies, her specific plans for this country. That's what I want us to focus on, not if you like her, not how she dances, not her hairstyle, not the emails that have been proven to be non-criminal. I want to talk about facts. And if you're not going to vote for the presidential election and you're at the right age, you are doing a disservice to your country. Yes, we will talk about the electoral vote and the popular vote tonight. We'll do all of that. But first, I want to go around the room and I want to ask each person why they're voting for Hillary and their thoughts. We're going to get to all of your questions. So I want you to get in here. Oh, and one last thing. For those that said, oh, why shouldn't I should show both sides of it. And it seems like we're forced you to make a decision. You're only saying that because I'm saying vote for Hillary. If I was saying vote for a third party candidate and being a super duper hotep, you wouldn't want to hear both sides. You wouldn't. If I told you to run for these third party people, or I wish Bernie was running, or I wish, Joe Biden, you'd be all for it. But because I'm saying Hillary, now you want me to say both sides. Everybody is biased, but your biasness should be based upon factual information. Your biasness should be about making a choice. Being undecisive because you want to seem like you're so woke and you don't want to vote is going to disservice everybody else that's around you. You sound cool on social media to idiots, but not to folks who understand and do the research. You don't sound smart to anyone but yourself, because you limit your perspective to memes that get shared, and so that you don't have to do any research. You want to send something out, you want to get likes, you want to pat yourself in the back. You're not out there. Because of those that are like, oh, well, you're a puppet. You know what? I am a 31-year-old Black man who was born and raised in Virginia. I went to a Black college. I'm a part of a Black fraternity. I'm married to a Black woman. I was out there protesting for Alton Sterling, being pushed by police and harassed by police 10 minutes from my office in Times Square. When some of you guys were at home just sharing memes, incorrect memes, hashtagging Stay Woke. So if I'm telling you that as a Black man who's been a Black man all of my life and making a decision to research to make a decision, you have to respect that. If you're basing your whole political agenda off of memes, you are the puppet. You are only intelligent to those who aren't smart enough to do the research. Cool. All right, now we're back. So, now that that's out of the way, how everybody doing out there?
Thank you for tuning in, everybody, to this episode. That was good.
I mean, that's the show.
Have a good night.
Thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night.
All right. So let's get started. Hey, Deshaun, how you doing, man? Somebody go Hillary. What's up?
Good, man. So thorough, and I think you allow me just to touch on a couple points. So to answer the question, why am I voting for Hillary? Multi-layer, right? So let's just get this out of the way. I don't talk a whole lot. If you check my Facebook on here, I don't talk a whole lot of personal opinion when it comes to the election process. People know where I stand, but I don't get into too much depth. There's a reason for that. Keep it a buck. Use Walter terms. I told people some time ago that my family has a lot of political ties. My family is very involved in the Democratic Party. A lot of these people they have met personally. Most of these people they have met personally. People close to me, very close to me. So these are personal relationships, not for me, but close relationships of close relationships. So that means I am biased, as Walter says, but that also means that the information that I get is a lot closer than something you're Googling at times, right? So when I want to talk about the sincerity of certain people, when I talk about people's background, people's agenda, these are people who have been in the trenches with certain people that are like, this is what is going on. So that is the instant sway of why I'm voting for Hillary. That is fact number one, people who have been working with Hillary since the Children's Defense Fund. Since since the Clinton Foundation, doing work in minority communities across the world that they're trying to talk about stole money from Haiti. That's Wycliffe. It's not Hillary. That's not the Clinton Foundation. Let's get that straight. Let's be real about it, right? So that's when you talk about step one. So and looking at the timeline and talking about the work that she's done and all that Walter went over. It's the resume, and then number two, I understand the predicament that people are in, right? There isn't going to be another Barack. It's like searching for the next Michael Jordan. People are holding her next to Barack more so than Donald Trump. You're not going to get this, super savvy, smooth, just general, feel like he's talking off the cuff a lot of times. And, like he doesn't have speechwriters too. Not to say that he isn't, but at the same time, it's like, man, you can't get that from everybody. So we're comparing the wrong things. But as Walter has pointed out numerous times, if you're not voting for Hillary and you supported Barack, you're telling me one of two things. Either you think he's a liar or you think he is wrong, because he said this is the best candidate and one of the most qualified candidates ever. So now is he a liar? Now that he's out on his way out of office after you put him in 2 terms, is he a liar? Or, is he telling the truth? Or you can't be telling the truth because it's something I don't want to hear now. That is the problem. I think that at times we are making a stance at the wrong time. Timing is everything. Make the stance when it's time to make a stance. Don't start writing in candidates now and trying to make a stance. No, you should have been beating the pavement the last 4 2 years, 4 years to get these candidates more support, but don't sit at home and then now you want to write in to tell everybody on Facebook and take a picture and say, I wrote in, because you know they're not going to win. That's the dumbest thing you can do. You go write in a vote to get some round of applause on social media and you know that person isn't going to win. You throwing that vote away in the trash. You are throwing that vote away in the trash. Now, a cousin of mine, shout out to Danielle. She's a financial advisor, and she just did earlier her weekly show talking about how the stock market and finance can predict the presidential election. Right. And she spoke about that 86% of the time since this has been going on, years back, if it is a negative market, then the office usually switches from whichever political party it is. So if it were Democrat and the market goes down in the S&P, then it switches. If it's positive, then it usually stays the same. People feel secure that it's going to stay the same. I don't know if y'all know, but after the emails have been cleared today, the market surged. So it could be changing. But prior to that, the last couple of months is usually a 3-month period. It had been down, signaling that following a very long history, it could actually happen. That's what we're sleeping on. People are staying at home, talking about what we're going to get into about the process, electoral and all that. I understand that. But this still can happen. Still can happen, right? We can still have Donald Trump as president, right? So we need to get out there and vote. We don't need to take a stance right now. It's the wrong time to do it. And lastly, when you talk about the person who she is, right? When you're looking through the scope and you're trying to find out these things, it's really good. I don't like to write a whole lot of things out. I think I'm really good at just speaking freely. I write a couple notes, but she is calculated. Yeah. She is very thought out, and that's not a bad thing. People want her to be Barack so bad. If she listens to her advisors, she thinks about what she says, she makes sure she caters to every audience. That's been her rep. If you look at her history, she gets things done. She goes everywhere. She listens to everyone. It can be good and bad, but she listens and then she acts. So yes, it seems programmed, it seems calculated, but that's not a bad thing. You want people flying off the cuff, then you vote for that. But I don't. I want experience. I want somebody that's trustworthy. And lastly, when you talk about, oh, well, Donald Trump's just honest and she's not. What's honest about his business practices? What's honest about what comes out of his mouth? Like, let's be honest about the situation. I have a track record. Your track record speaks more than what you say. So if you don't trust everything she says, look at her track record and look at his, and then the trust will lie. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well stated, man. Well stated. Donita, I want to get to you. What are your thoughts about this? What's up? Talk to me.
Okay. It's so much. I know that just to give y'all a little background about myself, I am a researcher by profession. And I'm also I guess I got to use a word that Deshaun just used, calculated. I am very calculated when it comes to certain things. I try to be organized, meticulous about little stuff. And at the same time, I can be slightly emotional, whatever. I say all of that to say that I was originally a Bernie supporter. And when, of course, everything happened, DNC, all that other stuff, and Bernie pretty much said, you know what, I'm done voting for Hillary. That's when I made my switch. It was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He himself was able to have a moment of humility, understand that the situation is what it is, and take a step back and say, you know what, for the greater good, I have to make this choice. So with that being said, that's essentially how I became a Hillary supporter. Everybody in the group has even seen me have to do the switch. And it is painful. I understand people's pain and all these other things, but I just want to remind folks that elections have always had some kind of issue or situation or something like that. So for people to think that, oh, this is the first time we're ever having, where people are just at odds and it's so much controversy surrounding it. No, this is not the first time. This is the first time you may have paid attention, but it's not the first time. So as far as why I'm voting, also now that I've had more time to kind of sit and actually watch and see what has been going on between the two candidates, because I am a firm believer that there's only two candidates. Exactly. This whole hullabaloo about two other, all these other people, what is it, Jill Stein and all that? No, I'm sorry. It's not in the cards for them. It's just not an option in my mind. It is a wasted vote in a sense if you choose one of those other individuals. Not to mention, Yeah, it's just a waste of a vote. So going back to I'm trying to be good, John. I'm trying to be good.
Hey man, you gotta be honest.
But as far as why, yes, the resume alone speaks volumes. I have literally this past week, Steve Harvey on his radio show had folks calling in all week long to talk about why they were voting for whomever they were voting for, and had an opportunity to listen to, different people speak about different things. One thing that stuck out to me was a lot of Trump supporters kept saying, well, Trump, he's not a politician, and that's why I like him. And I'm like, wait, wait.
Yeah.
I kind of need you to be, if not a politician. I understand the sentiment of somebody who's not stuck to the establishment and all these other things that people are saying. I understand that, but I kind of need your background to actually reflect that you understand what's going on in the system and the job that in the position you're going for. I mean, Hillary has been in the trenches since forever. I know people keep harping on comments have made, oh, she's been doing things for 30 years. Why hasn't anything changed?
Right.
You guys are forgetting that it's not the way the American government is set up is a check and balance system.
Mm-hmm.
No one person can make a single choice without somebody else having to double check that choice or have a say in that choice or whatever else. So there's a whole system to this that is just a cause and effect situation. Right. So to say that Hillary has been in the trenches and has got nothing done is absolutely incorrect. There are tons of things that she has gotten done, but there's a lot of things that, because the other side just had a stronger case or the other side won in whatever other situation, some things didn't get done. But that's not to say that she has not been doing this work for such a long time. We're talking about a gentleman who just stepped up one day and said, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to just go do it. Why not? Like if I just said, hey, I'm going to just go skydiving today. Sure. Why not? Right. And to me, that is very dangerous because we're talking about a situation where you have to not only deal with internal things here in America, but I got to have somebody who's able to speak to the nations, other nations. Right. And I'm sorry, Trump is not doing that.
Who's been doing it? Who's been doing
it? There's no way. There's just no way possible. Yeah. The disrespect levels that I've seen and things like that, there's no way that he's going to even be able to speak effectively to anyone else. And then all of that aside, he doesn't know enough about what's actually going on. Her last position just had her in a foreign relations position. She had to deal with other individuals outside of this country. Already. So I'm sorry, there's just too much weighing on why Hillary should be in that spot and he not be. So that's one of many other reasons, but I'm just going to stop right there because I could talk all day. So
I'm gonna get to Tyra. That was a great point. I'm gonna get to Tyra real quick. And the thing that upsets me is that people say they're all the same. If Donald Trump wasn't rich, he would be nowhere near this election. He'd be nowhere near it. You're comparing someone who's went to college and went to schooling and campaigned, been a politician, the senator, the first lady, and all these different things. You're really reducing that to they're all the same. Like, are you? I don't know. I don't want to call you a name. I don't know. I don't know what kind of logic that is. It's like this super simplistic, I'm too cool to research, so I'm going to just say what everybody else is saying logic. Like it's extremely annoying, man. It's like a section of people who listen to Kendrick. It's like people who just listen to mumbo jumbo all the time. You guys sound mumbo jumbo. I need you to wake up. This affects our children, our generation. It's just so important. Tyra, give me your thoughts about this and what's going on. Talk to me.
For me, it was basically like if you lined up all of the candidates who are running for president, it's a no-brainer to go with Hillary. Like I don't see how you can even choose somebody else when you actually get the facts. Like if you actually took your time and logged on to everybody's individual campaign website, all the issues are there, all the facts are there. I have personally been, against my better judgment, on Donald Trump's website probably 6 or 7 times, and I have yet to find a explanation of his policies. the most you find on there is, you know, why we shouldn't vote for Hillary. And he has all these great ideas with no explanations. So as somebody who likes to be informed, like Donita said, I like to do my research. I don't want to be biased and be like, oh, gun hole Hillary, because like Donita, I was definitely Bernie Sanders. I was like, oh, Bernie got this in the bag. And Bernie is not that old, as everybody keep on saying Bernie old. Bernie only 70 years old.
Right.
Hillary, I think it's like
Right.
67.
They right
Donald
on
is
there.
like, what, 69, 70? He's really not that old when you compare him to the rest of the candidates. So
Yeah.
him being old, I thought was like, you know, kind of stepping on his toes a little bit. He does kind of look older than the rest of them. I will give you that. But, you know, he's really not that old. So when he conceded and was like, okay, I'm going to step out the way and you need to vote for Hillary. Now, everybody knows that Bernie Sanders has been independent for a long time. So technically speaking, he could have ran independent. He had been like, you know what? She got this in the bag. She wants this ticket. But you know what? I'm going to still run and I'm going to run independent. He didn't do that.
Exactly.
He didn't even apply as a write-in.
Exactly.
So he's
Exactly.
basically telling you,
Yep.
your only hope is to vote for Hillary. He could have simply did that and he would have gotten plenty of votes, but he would have never gotten enough votes to win against Trump. He, like a lot of people in America, have to realize we are stronger together. So why am I just, you know, you want to fight with someone who's basically wants the same thing that I want? So let me work with her. Let me help her. Obama said the same thing. What is best for your country? If you're thinking about what's best for your country and thinking about what's best for, you know, your babies, your life, your children, your husband, your wife, it's no other choice amongst the four than to vote for Hillary. I look at my son, whom I have to pay for preschool, under Hillary's plan. If you look on her website, it says that every 4-year-old in America, not just the ones that are, you know, of low income or like, you know, a single mother or whatever, every 4-year-old in America will be entitled to preschool. Preschool really starts it out. If your child does not go to preschool, you're doing such, you know, a disservice to your child. And I'll break it down for you. Preschool is high. Okay.
Yep.
My son is 2.
I'm in the research phase. You're right.
And I have him in preschool. We don't get no help. We don't get nothing. We have to pay our $610 a month tuition. And that's for the 2-year-old class. Next year, it goes up by $50. And the 4-year-old, which is where it'll be free, it'll be like $700. Hopefully by the time he's 4, you know, I can get that free preschool. Cause look, I'm working for preschool.
Right.
And a lot of people like really like don't realize that is that in a lot of places preschool is not free. And it's not cheap. And to tell you that, his school is actually a really good school and it's actually not that expensive.
Yeah.
But some of those regular old just drop your child off are even more. They're like $1,000, $1,100 a month just for daycare.
Oh, come north.
Learning nothing.
Come north. It's higher. Yep.
Yeah. And don't come in
It's
California.
ridiculous. I have not seen on that one, and this is so serious. Have not really seen none of the candidates, and I've been on all of their websites, speak as much about preschool as Hillary has, and making sure that your child, you know, has an education. No child should be left behind. No child should start off where they're behind the rest of their, you know, peers. Yes, it starts at home, but I'm a firm believer that your child will do much more, because I have witnessed it in my son, who's only 2. He knows how to read, and I'm not even exaggerating. He knows his ABCs. He knows all his numbers. They do artwork. They do music. Like, he's getting that social skills. He does so much where I thought I was, like doing everything. He got in that school and he's like a totally different child right now. Like, he's so intelligent and he's 2.
Yeah.
And it's only been like a few months. It's only November.
Yeah.
So you really got to think about your child. So that is what is giving me, vote for Hillary, women's rights and healthcare and all that. But mainly my son, because I'm a mom. So, I think of him first.
There you go.
Thank you. And I want to.
That's my Hillary.
If I get to tell it real quick, and that's what I'm talking about. Tyra just gave us a specific example of how voting for Hillary is going to apply to her life. It isn't just I don't like her, or I guess I'm with her, or I don't want to vote because of this fear. She's actually giving you a scenario to where she researched what she was about, saw how it applied to her life, and is supporting her because of that. That is called logical thinking. It's called actually researching information and acting on it, not just criticizing people for their choice. So thank you for sharing that. That's actually something that's helpful. To those that are in the chat, we will talk about the Electoral College and the popular vote. We will talk about that. Let me get our rounds off first. We're gonna double back. So stay tuned. I got something for you. And Arthur, you stay tuned. I got something for you. Talib, man, give us your thoughts on this, man. What's going on?
All right. Well, for me speaking, I mean, I'm voting for Hillary, but the main reason was because I really feel that the race is closer than people are giving it credit for. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people think that, well, I'm not going to vote on. I'm going to vote Jill Stein or Gary Johnson. It doesn't matter. It does matter, because if you don't, like, that vote is essentially wasted in my eyes. And I think, like, the people that don't vote or at all, or the people that vote for the third parties, that is giving more strength to the base of Donald Trump. So that's, like, really scary that way, but it just can't happen while I'm alive. So I just got to vote for Hillary, because I was a Bernie supporter as well, but once he conceded, I'm like, all right, well, the only logical explanation is to go with the best person for the job. That's pretty much it.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to talk, and you're right, because the problem is people think that this is just a reality TV show.
Right.
Brexit. If you guys were paying attention to Brexit, I lived in London. You guys saw me doing the shows. I lived in London for about a month.
That's real stuff, boy.
I lived in London for about a month, and people were nice to me, and you're American, and all that stuff. I love your sweat. Blah, 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 blah. It was great. It was dope stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was cool people. And then 2 months later, you see what's happening on the news, and you realize they didn't want me there anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was like Brexit. Half the people who voted don't want foreigners in there. They don't want immigrants. They're the conservative old way of living. They don't want to be a part of the EU, and they went out to vote. And in the younger crowd, who are more progressive and more liberal, and it rocked out, they didn't show up in numbers. And it was 51 to 49. Exactly. And now the UK is not a part of the EU. They're not a part of Europe. Like, I don't understand how big that is, and it happened. And nobody thought it would happen, and it happened. And it was a split decision because people didn't show, why would I vote? It doesn't matter anyway. And now their economy, they're suffering right now. So a lot of it is that. And London, the hub of the kind of the UK, they were split on the vote. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it can happen. I want to touch on the whole issue about the Electoral College and voting. So, as you guys know, if you guys don't know, the Electoral College actually picks who's the president, right?
Right.
You still have to vote for the electors who vote for the president.
Right.
So a lot of those things happen when you have red states and blue states. You have swing states who are kind of undecided, where it takes to account of how you vote and who you're putting into those positions. It's important because you need to know that it's not just the president. You have to vote your local and your state. And it's a whole chain of command of people that are put in power to speak for your rights. So that matters. Yeah, it's not like the senior prom where you're voting for who the prom king is, and they just pull out the numbers and they just vote, hey, Tyrone is the prom king. You know what I'm saying? Like, a queen, progressive. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that. It's these checks and balances. And yes, I think it is a very antiquated voting system. I completely get it, right? But the thing is, a lot of you guys who talk about that only say that when we're 2 months into an election.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're not campaigning to change the voting system
At all.
within those 4 years. So you just want to bring up these little points and these factoids. You want to be Schoolhouse Rock a month and a half away from the presidential elections. And you talk about third-party candidates. We're tired of a two-party system. But yet, like Deshauna said, you're not hitting the pavement at those elections to make sure that a third-party candidate voice matters. A lot of people who say the whole third-party thing, you're only saying that because Bernie Sanders conceded. If he would have been in the race, you would have had a problem with it, right? But at that point, it was too late in the game for there to even be a third-party candidate that was going to be able to compete against Hillary and Donald Trump. So you have to base on the timing. And people say, oh, well, there's never enough time. No, of course there isn't. If there's 2 months to an election, you guys were talking about a third-party candidate in August. Like exactly. not August 2005, 2006. You're talking about in 2016, like you guys didn't do enough work. So this is how you do it. It's called a strategy. Strategy is you deal with the problem at hand. So the problem is we have Hillary, we have Donald. Cool. You want a third-party candidate? You're sick of a two-party system? I totally agree. Let's vote in Hillary. As soon as Hillary in office, now from that beginning point into the next 40-something years, let's figure out a way to have a third-party vote to mix it up a little bit. And even if the third-party person doesn't win, at least their policies will push the Republicans and Democrats to have more open-mindedness. Even the whole Bernie Hillary thing, Hillary's more open to different things that Bernie was talking about because of his support. And that puts extra pressure on them to answer our issues, which has happened. So let's do that. Use that time wisely. You guys are trying to address a 4-year, 8-year issue within 2 months, knowing there isn't enough time. So instead of talking about things, it's like that person at work who states a problem but doesn't have a solution, and the deadline's like an hour away, and they're trying to change the whole entire thing when they could have said it 2 weeks ago. That's what y'all are doing. Y'all are literally saying something.
And as soon as it gets messed up, oh, we should have did this.
Right. So it is so easy to find a problem after it's already a problem. But the real leaders provide solutions and steps towards those solutions. So if you're so gung-ho on a third party and a two-party system and all that, then do that then. And Hillary herself is trying to make sure that there's more of a seamless route in terms of voting as part of being president. So even if she doesn't necessarily agree with how the whole system works, but you guys would know that if you actually did your research instead of just reading memes all day. Deshauna, did you have something to say about that?
Yeah, I was gonna add to that so it's very rare that the person who wins the popular vote doesn't win the presidency. So it's not like it's been this drastic thing, but it's also very scary. If it were just a 1-for-1 popular vote, someone like Trump could easily manufacture by force a lot of votes. So the electoral process isn't perfect, but it's very simple just to be like, oh, let's just let the chips fall where they may. Everybody 18 and over, go out, cast a vote, and let the most popular person win. Without the electoral college,
it would be just like high school.
It would be just like high school, and and I got some people that stuffed some high school ballots before. Shout out to but for real, so I understand that maybe it does need some tweaks, but it's not, like you said, always just that simple. I mean, you talk about Trump. To me, I could just laugh because Trump is like the side dude, right? Like you have this married couple, and then this for real, he is. No, seriously, listen. You have this married couple, and it's always easy to be the side dude, married or not, because the chick may be talking your ear off about all the things that are going wrong, and you come in and say, "I've been sitting on the sideline, so yeah, come get with me because I'm gonna do this." He doesn't do that, I'm gonna do this. He doesn't do that, I'm gonna do this, with no facts, no basis. Never been married, never been in a long-term relationship, but tell you all the things because I'm good on the side. But then when it's time to be in the forefront, oh, you got kids. Oh, you want me to do what? Oh, I gotta ask you. It's the perfect side dude thing where it's like, I'm over here to the side. I'm gonna tell you everything you want to hear because I don't have a track record in this business. So I'm gonna just say everything that sounds good, and it doesn't even sound good because I don't know what America was great for us. Like, you tell me the year you want to go back to, and then we can answer some questions. Tell me what year you want to go back to. 50s, 60s, 70s. A couple months ago, like, tell me what year you want to go back to make it great for us, and then I can talk about what you're trying to get at. So
one thing I want to say, and I want to go to Donita with this, is that maybe it's just me. I don't know. I do a lot of stuff. Maybe I just missed it. But like literally, I feel like people started hating Hillary like last year. I feel like before. I feel like even after the whole Super Predators thing, y'all were still rocking with Bill. You still wanted to see them play the saxophone. The Clinton was the first black president. Like all the stuff y'all was saying. And then like as soon as we get a black president, y'all dig it in. I'm like, what did y'all start hating Hillary? Like what is she lying about? Like I don't get it. I don't get why there's so much hate for this woman. It's just like because she isn't. I don't get it. I don't know.
It used to be admiration after the Lewinsky thing. She's so strong. Like she stuck by us. It was all this admiration now. It was the first black president.
Lemonade.
Exactly. It was lemonade.
Shit, right at that shit.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Let Michelle have held Barack down through something like the Lewinsky. She be a strong sister. I rock with her for sticking by her dude. Like that Hillary gets no credit for that. Lewinsky ain't even a tagline no more. It was in every rap song. Hillary was the strong chick for sticking by, holding them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, Donita, when did people this is a good point. When did we started hating Hillary? Like, what's going on?
Actually, I have an answer for that. Surprisingly. So, and I heard this before. I think it was on CNBC or some other, news station mentioned the fact that a lot of folks started hating Hillary back when she ran the first time.
Okay.
So that's when some people, against Barack. And so that's when some people started hating her then. And I say some because a lot of us didn't even pay her no attention. Why? Because we already knew we were voting for Barack. It was like, oh, okay, this other lady. All right, whatever. And so that's when I think some of that hatred started to drum up. And I think Trump and his campaign managers just capitalized on some of that. I will say this, though, because you mentioned it, that Super Predators comment. I don't know if everybody has had an opportunity to watch the entire thing that she actually said.
Let's go. Research.
Please.
So if you watch the entire video or statement that was actually made, it isn't painted as exactly like everybody is saying it, or as exactly as Trump has said it. And I want to be careful how I do this because I didn't write it down. I would just challenge everyone to go out and actually find the elongated clip. If I find it, I will put it in the group. Actually, somebody sent it to me recently, so I think I know where it is. I'm going to post it in the group. And to be honest with you, I think it was taken slightly out of context. It wasn't the greatest statement in the world, but the way that it's being pushed now is being taken slightly out of context. Yeah. So it was what she said about it being a super predator situation or whatever she said was very specific to a specific situation. Right. So I just want people to be careful with little things like that. Whenever you hear anything that's being thrown at you, you definitely need to go and research it. We know, as Walter said, we're in a world of memes and quick, everything's coming to us so quick and instant.
I hate it.
It is getting pretty bad, guys. It is getting bad. But you may want to go out and find the longer version or find the full version of things because a lot of times stuff is just being taken out of context. But in all honesty, to answer your first question, folks started hating her in 2008. Now I think it's just a matter of, folks who just can't deal with a woman being in any kind of power. That's
what it is. A lot of this is
like that. That is definitely it. And in all honesty, even with that, I want my brothers that are out there, my beautiful black kings that are out there. Some of y'all need to take note and pay attention to how you're actually feeling about Hillary, not just what you're saying or whatever you're taking it. Check how you're feeling about this woman. Okay, I just want y'all to be careful with that. Because it's not just as it's being said a lot. Oh, some white men just can't deal with a woman being. No. It's men. A lot of men are having issues. Doesn't matter what color. A lot of men are having issues with a woman being in any kind of power position. So just be careful with that. Check how your heart is about that before you go to the ballots. But it's a lot to it. This didn't just start yesterday. It did start a while ago.
I won't go to Tyra real quick, but I want to address some of the people in the chat right now. Isaiah Townsend, how you doing, my brother? You are asking questions after they're already being answered. So when you put Hillary Clinton has said that black kids are super predators, you just put that after Donita just gave an entire example of as to why. So you guys gotta listen first and then make a comment. You're making comments you're not listening. I don't know if maybe the connection is bad. I know some people in the group have had connection issues before, but I would just listen to the whole thing first before asking the question, because it's like you're debating while the question is being answered, and definitely do research on that. And she did not say black kids are super predators, so you have to look at the whole interview in general. That's what Donita just said. Going on, Tyra, how you doing? So I want to really get into the whole and tell it to the whole third party thing. And I think the cool neo soul, whole black Afrocentric. I watch Luke Cage and listen to Solange right now at the producer line. We're gonna vote third party candidate to show the system.
My natural hair.
The natural hair. You know what I'm saying? It's all my hair. You know what I'm saying? Strong black king, queen, all that stuff. We're all descendants from Egypt. Go to Egypt and tell them that. Some of them tripping. You know, the whole third party thing. So like, what would you tell someone if you had a family member that you love, right? That's somebody gonna be down the street, but a family that says, I'm not gonna vote. I'm just gonna vote third party. And after you answer them, I'm gonna ask Talib too. So what would you tell somebody trying to vote for a third party candidate right now?
Don't show up for Thanksgiving dinner. First and foremost. That's the first thing I tell them off bat.
Okay.
Don't come to my house for Thanksgiving because you ain't getting no plate. Dog's gonna get your plate today. But anywho, I would highly encourage them to even look on the third party websites.
Please.
Because even people in the third party, I'm gonna actually give you an example of what's his name?
Yes, I know exactly.
Bill Weld, who is the running mate for Gary Johnson. He kind of said it without saying it. I don't know if he know that he's still a running mate. But he basically said vote for Hillary. I'm just saying.
Sure enough.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
And he's a third party candidate. So if your third party candidate is saying to vote for Hillary because Donald Trump will be the worst thing to happen to America, I'm kind of gonna be like, okay, I feel you, Bill. Let me go ahead and mark Hillary. I ain't gonna mark you. I can kind of see that you're trying to tell me, hey, I'm running, but don't vote for me. Vote for the right person. Because look, even I'm voting for, and I'm not even gonna vote for myself. So you gotta really pay attention to these third party websites. And like Walter said, like if you really wanted somebody that was a third party, you should have kind of voted back. You probably should have started back in 2012 when The Rock won.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Because it takes a lot of time for, like people to actually be known and, to like really understand their policies. I hadn't even heard of Gary Johnson, Jill Stein, Ben Well, and even Jill Stein's running mate. Like, I don't even want to mess this man's name up. Jamu Baraka. I have no clue who this man is. I just went on his website probably 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
First of all, actually my cousin.
For real, so let me tell you what.
Bring him on the show.
This is how much it's so new, like how they just rush to get something together.
Right.
You know how usually it's both of them on, one website. They don't even got the same website. They're on two separate websites.
Yeah.
Just saying, these are your third party people. So
the GoDaddy account, you gotta pay for one and follow up because you can't if it's different credit cards, you gotta do it different.
Right.
And I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not, no shade, but if you go to Jill Stein's website right now and click about, it's going to give a whole bunch of stuff about her, how she's so great. She's this great physician, which she is. I really love her. If I could switch her out for Hillary, boo, I would, but I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the bottom, it says running mate. Click here. Bitch.
Yeah, a lot of y'all, a lot of you. Yeah, it's like, and I usually acknowledge you before, it's like we've all decided that we're going, to a restaurant. And if you pull up in the parking lot and it's a Mexican restaurant, you talking about you want Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have told me that. Yes, like Drew Hill, like yesterday.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We're already in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Go in, pick something you want, eat. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a good time. You know what
And this is my last thing
I
that
need
I'm
them to
gonna
hear
say
you on
about.
that.
Look, this is my last thing that I'm gonna say about these third parties, which I love the fact that it's so many people that are inspired by these third parties. I really hope that it stays after the election because I'm sure that it's going to be a lot of these people who over here like, oh, third party, rah, rah, rah. We don't like him, we don't like that. And the next day after the election, they're going to go right back doing the same thing they've been doing this whole time. And they're going to wait until, what's this, 2016? They're going to wait until 2019 to be like, oh, I'm gonna vote for a third party because I don't like these people. Just know that when Donald Trump first decided he was gonna run for president, the Republicans took him for a joke. They really took him for granted. Nobody thought he was gonna win a nomination. And look what happened. He won a nomination. So y'all can play around you want to. Y'all can think, oh, he not gonna win. And Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States. You can play.
And then I'm
play
gonna
with your vote you want to.
I'm gonna quit my job and take my
happen.
family and move.
Yeah, right.
Right.
You know
All right.
Y'all,
he ain't gonna let you out, so you're gonna look stupid.
Yeah,
He ain't let you out.
y'all
Pay him to leave. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, that's the one thing he has on his website is where he says that he would tax businesses 35% if they move jobs. He needs to say other countries. He only said Mexico, so I guess you can move it to Europe. You can move it to
China.
You can really move your business there because it does not say in his policies in black and white. And this is what I'm saying. Like, people don't pay attention to stuff like that. He never said, he was gonna bring all these jobs back because you know what? Nope. In reality, all the jobs are really in China. It ain't a lot of jobs in Mexico like you trying to make it out to be. He just don't like Mexicans. So he's gonna say, I'm gonna tax 35%.
It's been proven that Donald Trump has some of his products, like his ties and things like that, made in China.
Made in China.
Yeah,
so he's
making China
so
great
y'all
again.
can say all y'all want, oh, Donald Trump is gonna bring all these jobs back. No, he just don't want you to put your jobs in Mexico because he don't like Mexicans. I mean, it is what it is. It does not say in his policy that he would tax if you move it to another country. It only says Mexico.
Right.
So these jobs that you think you're gonna get, boo, you ain't getting it, and you're gonna still be making the same minimum wage that you're making now.
Which Hillary wants to increase minimum wage.
You gotta pay attention.
And if you're a woman, she wants you to have equal pay. So
equal pay, and everybody to have.
I need my coin.
Right, and everybody to have the 12-week leave as well as part of our plan. See those who want to research. So Talib, I want to get back to the parties, these third parties, which really isn't they're like get-togethers.
Yeah, basically.
They're like a meetup, the green meetup.
Like a bonfire or something.
a block party. So what are your feelings about that? In terms of just like voting third party. You had something you want to say about that. So
yeah, it's more or less. I feel like voting for a third party at this point in the game is a major disservice to the overall election. So I feel like they're only going to get 1 or 2% of the vote. Now if Trump wins by 51% and Hillary gets 49 or 50%, that 1% wouldn't make that much of a difference. So you taking those votes away from her to make a point, it's like it's pointless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm like, all right, you guys are upset. You guys don't like Hillary. Fine, vote her in first, and then cry about it and put out your demands. Then you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the issue with a lot of people, I'm gonna get the shots in a second, is that people don't think future. They don't think ahead of time. It's always an immediate thing. People don't think ahead. And the fact is, Hillary is a politician. Like Deshaun said, she's well prepared. And she says those things. These people are all politicians. I have news for you. Barack Obama was a politician.
Master politician.
Right. I genuinely believe that he probably is a good person, a cool dude, everything he says he is, but he's still a politician. There's certain things that he's had to kind of not necessarily lie about, but kind of bend and appease because you're dealing with a mass group of people. You can't even deal with the group. There's things you have to say a certain way so you don't cause mass hysteria. People go crazy. A person is smart. People are stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like They've all been politicians. And I keep going back to this point that nobody wants to address. If Hillary is such this evil, nasty woman who ran against Barack, even after the whole super predator stuff, they apologized for it. Even after she ran against Barack and they kind of had it out, that's what those debates are. Those debates kind of get heated. Even after all of that, Barack Obama, being a smart brother, still put her in the cabinet, and she accepted it. So why are we skipping over that point? Why are you guys just making it so simplistic to the whole? They're all the same. Like, again,
and what makes her such an evil person?
I'm
trying to get to it.
So Walter,
and the emails was the only thing y'all were holding your hat on, and that has been proven as of today. The FBI has said there's nothing criminal. Get off it. Get over it. Basically, the FBI told y'all to get over it. Go ahead, Anita.
So I'm just gonna throw this out here because I know we're trying to stick to facts and we're trying to stick to research and those things. But I do have, like I said about her being a woman earlier.
Please, let's talk about it.
I'm sorry, some of this still does go back to a root issue of people and their true feelings and emotional votes. And I know that some of us are able to put that to the side. Hello, Bernie supporters who went to Hillary. A lot of us are able to put those things to the side and have a logical vote. But there are still some individuals out here who are emotionally voting. They are still going with, I don't like that she did this, so I'm not, whatever. I just don't like this, and all these other little things. And I just have a hard time thinking that everybody is going to do this research. That's why we're doing this show to kind of help out. But for those who are not going to do the research, for those who are going out here to emotionally vote, Walter has said it several times today. Think about tomorrow. Tyra gave an example with her son. If you don't have children, think about your nieces and nephews. If you want children in the future, think about them. The reality of it is this: whatever we do decide on Tuesday, the 9th, when we wake up, starts starts a lot of issues and things to come. So for those who are emotionally voting, you have got to think about what can be, like Talib said just a second ago, what can be changed and adjusted later. What can happen a little bit later, because timing right now is everything. So
I want to say something real quick, because I want to forget it. Somebody in the comments mentioned, I think this was you, Jessica. Let's see, Jessica. Yeah,
Jessica's on it. Jessica's on point. Okay.
Jessica said, please talk about, she is. Please talk about Donald Trump telling his supporters to watch out for suspicious people at the polls when voting, as a way to keep people from voting. So I think Donald Trump is encouraging people to look out, to go into the urban communities, to try to kind of like stop people from voting. Or I think there's even a rumor. I'm saying it's a rumor. It's not what I mean. It probably is.
It's a rumor.
But a rumor that KKK, that there's going to be skinheads and people passing out weed and marijuana to encourage black folks. Because all black folks. You know what I'm saying, in the urban cities.
Weed and marijuana.
Because that's where we all live.
So,
but you know what though? That's a rumor, but
it's
it's some facts out there, because I was watching this Saturday morning, because I always gotta start off my day with the news. I don't know why. I've been doing it forever. Mom did it, grandma did it, just thing did. Watch news in the morning. And they actually interview on the Today Show different nationalists who support Donald Trump, and these folks was out there practicing. If I find a clip, I will post that too. They are practicing if Donald Trump loses and what they're gonna do at the polls. They're gonna monitor the polls. They're gonna guard the polls. And I'm not saying they got like little weapons. They have like assault rifles. And you know what they're doing? They're reacting out of fear, because they said that Hillary is going to take away their guns. So they're going to vote for Donald Trump, and they're going to show up to the polls with guns and weapons and all this stuff. They were interviewed on the Today Show.
Yeah.
These people were not arrested. These people had they were actually interviewed. To me, that doesn't even seem legal to be inciting these threats.
Yeah.
But they were. And they were on national news on a Saturday morning.
That's crazy.
So you gotta pay attention to this stuff. You vote third party, want to, because I'm telling you, these people out here is coming out of the woodworks. The same thing that happened at Dillard University.
Yeah.
David Duke was there. They played us. Beyonce, CMAs erased every part of Beyonce that was on their website after all of these people was like, oh,
Yeah.
she shouldn't up there. This stuff really happens. Like, these are the facts, not the whole thing. And y'all talk about, oh, I don't like Hillary, and Bill did this or whatever, and Bill saying all these black men in jail, the 3 strike rules, and all of that. But just a few years ago, that bill was signed in 1994.
Yeah.
In 1996, 1998, 2000, 2002, hell, 2006, y'all was saying that Bill was the best president ever.
He was the first black president to a lot of y'all.
He was the best president ever.
Playing the saxophone.
Right.
In 1994. So they have been serving. They've been serving these minimum sentences. They've been doing the 3 strike rule. They've been doing that. So for you to now say that you're upset about it, that don't even make no sense.
And that's part of the and that's part of the issue, is that people are taking out all the ills of America on Hillary.
Yes.
Like she did it.
Seriously, she did it today.
And without an end in sight, right? So you talk about, here's what it boils down to. Folks, we have this establishment. Trump is supposedly anti-establishment. Hillary is more of the same. And so everything that's wrong with America, not right, because they don't talk about the economy, they don't talk about where it was in 2008, you know, exactly. Everything that's wrong is, well, if Hillary gets in there, we're going to keep seeing this police thing. We're going to keep seeing laws like this. We're going to keep seeing all the things that are wrong, and not we can possibly go back to the Bush days. It's not that. It's everything that's wrong with it. And the problem is, I wouldn't mind changing things if there were change on the other side worth going to. And so when you talk about those hotels, when you talk about people who are going to be able to sleep at night because they sat this one out, that's quitting. That's quitting.
That's so stupid.
You talk about the fact that if you are in a place, especially those states, we talk about the swing states.
Yes.
If you were in those
Virginia.
states and you are sitting those ones out, think about what you're saying, because the fact of the matter is, folks that are critical of Obama, which is some people in that same cat, oh, he wasn't a real black president, he didn't do much. The reason why he didn't do as much as he wanted to was because he couldn't get the other folks on board. So you talk about continuing the process, checks and balances,
Schoolhouse Rock,
getting someone that comes from that same party that's going to try to continue some of that train of thought, but still be able to get other people to listen that need to approve things. Now we talk about a lot better of a marriage, possibly. The other side doesn't have that. So let's stick to the script. Let's not go off the handle here and sit this one out, because there's not a plan on the other side. You can't say, oh, well, I'm a fan of Barack. I'm not a fan of Hillary. I'm not voting for Donald Trump. I'm going to sit this one out so I can sleep at night. How you going to sleep at night? Where you going to sleep?
No, they're going to sleep tonight. They're not sleeping the next night.
They'll be sleeping on the plantation. But I want to speak to 2 points that go there. Number one, I want to say this. America, this is a democracy. So if you guys, obviously, everybody here is educated. Those out there that don't know, when you're voting as a president, that's the spokesperson for the people.
Right.
That's the only, this is not the king and the queen. I mean, even the monarchy, they have the parliament and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of irrelevant. But they speak for the people. So you have to understand there are checks and balances to anything. If Hillary is saying she's going to do this, she's going to give $25 billion to HBCUs and about healthcare, all these things, we have to hold her accountable for that. Yep. It isn't just she's lying. It's never to get done. Oh man, she lied to us. No, it's what are we going to do to hold her accountable? Any other president, like Barack, like Bill, like all these other presidents, if they're going to say something and it's on record and it's documented, it's on her site, and if she doesn't do it, we either have a choice. We either hold her accountable and petition and talk and speak out about it, and don't support her when she reruns or not have her at 8 years. But either way, it's in our power to do that. So it isn't about just she's lying to us, she's a liar. I don't care what she's doing. She, I don't care that could be her a different head. She could be an alien. I don't know. You know what I mean? What I do know is that these are things that she said. They're documented, so we have to hold her accountable for. Even if I liked her, again, there are people. I also teach a business class every Thursday night about international media, and I tell my students this all the time. I have failed students I liked and passed students I didn't like. Right. You know what I'm saying? These are about the facts. I could be cool with you. I could dap you up. If you ain't doing your work, you're not getting things done, then you're going to get an F. You could be the coolest person in the world. You could be a fly dress. You could be all that. But I see through BS. And if you tell me something, I'm going to hold you to that.
Yep.
Number two, the people out there who say, don't vote, it doesn't matter, electoral college, and it's more of the same. Outside of just spreading memes, telling people to don't vote, and doing all these things, what else are you doing to better your community? Now, if you're not voting, but you have a community service project, or you're mentoring people, teaching, tutoring, maybe I kind of can take that a little bit. I still will. Yeah, locally, I still want you to vote, because definitely, even if you don't care about the president, you have your local officials. Yeah,
Thank you.
So some of y'all out there, are spending hours researching Illuminati and don't know who your mayor is, don't know who your senator is, don't know who your senators are.
Illuminati, they know when the iPhone comes out, but they don't know nothing else.
Yeah, you don't know your congressman. You want me to review Common's new album, but you don't know who your mayor is. You saying don't vote. You know what I mean? So, and Common album is fire, by the way.
Shout out.
Black America again. Hey, I'm woke. But what are you doing outside of that? You're saying not vote, then what are you doing? Show me what you're doing, because there are those of us who are voting who are also mentoring, who are also teaching people, who are out there doing community service projects. So if you aren't doing that and you aren't voting, what are you doing to improve your community in any other way but complaining? Because like you said before, somebody said, I think Donita Deshaun said it, y'all know everyone's speaking about the positive. It's always negative. Some of y'all, if it wasn't for negativity, you wouldn't have a platform. Things could be perfect tomorrow, and you'll say it wasn't perfect yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need something sometimes. That's your only platform. A lot of y'all rants, y'all only have a Facebook status if you're ranting on someone, or shading someone, or side-eyeing someone. It's never anything uplifting. It's never encouraging somebody to live their dreams. It's always dim, dark, brimstone. I hate everybody. It's everybody's fault but myself. But individually, what are you doing to bring awareness? What are you doing to help your community locally? If you don't care about the popularity contest with Hillary and Trump, what are you doing in your city, in your neighborhood, to better your people? Because if you can't show me what you're doing on paper, but you tell me not to vote, you basically want me to be like you. You want me to be powerless. You want me to be thoughtless. You want me to be a puppet to social media and social media's opinions of what sounds good, but isn't practical. So you guys have to really start using your voice in the best light, because you're not making sense. You don't have facts. You're being cynical to be cynical, and you're doing it just for likes. For likes isn't going to get somebody free health care. Likes isn't going to get free preschooling for Tyra's young boy. You know what I'm saying? Like her son. That's not going to help anything. We're talking about things that are going to help. So at least let me rock with the person who's at least telling me what they want to do. Y'all want me to rock with you, and you ain't telling me nothing. But you don't want me to rock with Hillary, who's telling me things that she's going to do. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So yeah, keep being Mr. Schoolhouse Rock, like Tyra thought. Keep telling me about the electoral college and the popular vote and all that stuff. And while you're doing that, why don't you tell me what you're doing in your community? How can I help? What programs can I show up to? What you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? If you ain't doing nothing, then maybe you should come with me to vote on Tuesday, this Tuesday. Check your local, check with your schools, check your churches where to vote at. You know what I mean? Y'all got me hot. Y'all got me tight out there, man. I'm so tight at y'all because I'm not trying to rant, but I'm just so disappointed in our people, man. Y'all so woke, y'all sleep. Y'all not woke. Y'all sleepwalking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are sleepwalking.
Please check your local elections.
Please.
Where your local people are. Please.
Thank you.
Even Facebook has a little thing up the top that you can just click the button and it'll show you all your local elections, zip code in. And
it's on Facebook, guys.
It's
real.
Yes,
it's real.
It's actually on Facebook, so if you don't want to research it for yourself, or you don't know what website to search these folks on, Facebook has already done it for you. You just input your zip code, and I did it, just to see what it did. All my candidates came up. It had their website listed up there. You could click that. I mean, it's a lot of different things you can do because those local elections matter. They need to really pay attention to how these folks are voting, what they're for, what their policies are, what they want to do in the future. And you don't necessarily have to vote in your party, contrary to belief. There's a lot of Republicans who are really on the line of being a liberal and a Democrat. You may be better than your Democratic U.S. representative, but since they're a Republican, they might get a lot of listening ear to the rest of the Republicans. Republican.
Right.
So you really need to pay attention
Yeah.
to who these people are. Like, you know, you can say, oh, I'm not voting for them. I'm voting all Democratic on my sheet. Well, you're going to vote for
Okay.
somebody who probably ain't going to get a lot of stuff passed. You need to vote for somebody who
Yeah.
of what you want in your community. But since they are a Republican, not saying, you know, to use them, but essentially, yeah, I'm gonna use them, because if they're gonna vote
They're there to
my
be used.
way,
They're going to be
and
used.
they're
Yeah.
The public servants.
Exactly. The
thank
public
you.
service.
I'm
Exactly.
circle your
Oh.
one in. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got something to say. This ain't a
Just
shot.
saying.
This is
Oh,
not.
and in
Well-
Portsmouth, they were doing that too. They were actually sending out emails from the registrar saying that you can vote from home. So watch out for all of these like illegal stuff. Like this
Yeah.
was actually in my area that they were actually sending out fake emails, and they had to like send out a blasted statement on the news that you cannot vote from home because they were sending them to everybody.
Yeah, gracious. Yeah, I'm a P-Town
It's
people.
real out there,
I was born at Portsmouth, so I'm my P-Town folks.
Yeah,
Oh man, I just had a question. Oh yeah, about the public servant thing, and this isn't a shot, but I had to say this. I had to say this. If you are a police officer, firefighter, any person that's in the public, military, geez, shout out to all my people in VA, military, all that. If you're a public servant and you're not voting and not caring, it's just so disheartening, because you should be, people should be uplifting. You should be showing people where to vote. You should be out helping campaigning. You should, like, it's just so, like, man, I was going to just say this, are we just too cool not to research what's going on? Are we too cool and we know everything about DCs and
No, you're being nice. You're being nice.
No, I'm like it's
no, the answers are being lazy. No, we're not too cool. Folks are being lazy. At this point, people are being lazy because, like Tyra just said, there's
reading
a button on the top of Facebook that tells you exactly what you need to know. I mean, no, at this point, people are being lazy, and like I've been saying, they're being emotional. They're getting upset and in their feelings about one or two things, and they're riding with it. So
a lot of times people have fear, but their fear is misplaced, right?
Right.
So sometimes people will say, you know, well, yeah, I'm scared of this, you know, but it makes them do something else, right? Some people are more scared of this, and when they really should be scared of this. I think that's what's happening. People are so fearful of having to say, I voted for Hillary and she didn't do great, than they are of having Donald Trump actually in the presidency. That's the problem.
Excuse me, it's not, you ain't got to tell nobody. You can go do it, and then you can just front like you've been doing anyway. That's where I see it. I'm serious. You've been lying. You've been lying since college. Like,
already. Before that.
You lied to everybody when you got into school. So chill. Like,
y'all can tell me everything about Joe Budden, this and Drake and Meek Mill, this and Ricky Siegel, but don't know who your mayor is. Y'all coming to me asking me about the elites and Illuminati, and you don't know who the senator. Like y'all.
You know what though, Walter? I'm gonna throw this out here too, though.
Crazy.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
It's okay if you do not know. Okay, I want y'all to understand this. It's okay if you don't know. The issue is when you're not trying to research and find out. When you're just being blatantly like, you know what, bump it. I don't want to know. Oh well, and all these other emotional reasons. When you're not even trying. That's what's the problem. When we have these beautiful cell phones where you can say, okay, Google, who is my mayor? Like legit, like you can get to these things really quickly. That's where the problem comes in.
Donita, you're not being thoughtful of those that got data issues. I got
data issues. No, because those who have data issues, they can still do what? Pick up a newspaper or whatever else. So the same way they can find out about Lil Wayne, they can find out about this stuff.
Yeah, and
informed, just like Donita said. I think she actually said it a few months ago, where she said that if you don't like the person that's running, look at their running mates.
Exactly.
Some of these running mates, like, I mean,
some of them need to run
to the president.
They need to run. They need to run away.
This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. If people would just pay attention, pay attention to that stuff, y'all, because if you remember, let's just go back to Schoolhouse Rock. If you just remember the basic structure of stuff, I'm serious. If you remember the basic structure of things, then you'll be like, you know what? I got to be careful about this Hillary vote because I really don't want something to happen to Trump if he's in office and at home.
Mike Pence.
He's scary.
Like if y'all just look him up.
Yeah, he's scared. He's scared. Mike Pence
he is scarier. He's scarier.
Donald Trump said that he disagreed with Mike Pence on the stage. I think it was the second debate.
The second debate.
Yeah, he was like he agreed with Mike. Like him and Mike said two different things. They were running together. They're running together.
Really scary.
That's his writing mate.
Medicare. Okay, and he old. How you gonna get rid of something that you gonna need?
Because he ain't gonna need it. He meant to tell you I got money. I ain't worried. That's what he meant to say.
The new hashtag Mike Pence makes no sense. All right.
Basically.
Since you're like the hashtag everything.
I'm telling you, if you just swap the people, make your vote like that. Just swap the people. Then you feel better about yourself that you're not vote for a woman.
There you go.
Tim Kaine. He's a great man. Just vote for Tim Kaine. Just say it like that. Oh, I ain't vote for Hillary.
But you know what the sad part is? You know what the sad part is? A woman been running the president. Like if y'all really do the research,
man.
Hillary
been holding it down too.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all something right now.
I already did this job for real.
Let me tell y'all something right now, man. Any powerful man, any man trying to be powerful. I can even speak from my own personal experiences. When I'm doing, Live the Biz plug, press release, website, I don't feel comfortable pressing the publisher button if my wife don't look through it. Like, I'm just keeping it in the book. Like, I have all these amazing ideas and my vision, and I'm telling her all this stuff. And I'm like, does this sound too crazy? And I'll have her veto stuff. And I'll be like, that makes sense. Like, all this stuff. But I need her to kind of like, would this be cool? Or is this too far out? If not, it wouldn't get done because I feel like she's a smart, competent person who's going to be honest with me. And when you look at Bill, he got with Hillary. Bill became a politician based upon Hillary. Hillary was set on it. Bill fell into it.
Exactly.
But Barack, no, Michelle was already in a higher position. So it's like y'all got to do the women have been. If you look at the voting polls, if you look at the church, if you look at schools, women. Listen. I don't see like women. I'm more comfortable probably answering to a woman than a man because men are competitive. So it's like women been running this country. Like I don't know why this is anything new. Get over it.
You wouldn't even be here if it weren't for us.
Get over it. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So like, and I'm not trying to pander. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to pay. I guess listening to anybody and agreeing with them and having a different perspective and changing your mind is considered pandering nowadays. I don't know why. Like, you can't find new information. Like, you say one thing and you can't double back on it. You can't correct yourself. You can't apologize. That's pandering. You know what I'm saying? It's just so stupid, man. Like, this is about our country, and I get it. When you wear what you want to wear, who you want to date, who you want to love, as long as you're not hurting nobody, do you, and nobody can judge you, and I get it. But when you're talking about voting, that affects everybody. That affects our children. That affects our veterans. That affects our seniors. That affects your spouse. That affects everything. So if we're saying to you that voting is important, this isn't. We're not judging you. Stop using the judgment thing as a get out of jail free card for not being responsible and held accountable for your actions. Stop it. Because when you say something and you can't back it up, you say, "Oh, don't judge me." Okay, why should I judge you? Then you run away. When I'm on Facebook and I'm debating with some of y'all get me so tight because y'all say something out of the ordinary. I respond to y'all with facts, and then I don't get a reply. I don't get a reply 2 or 3 hours later. You're gone. You're gone away because it's so easy to run away and say something controversial and say something left and be cool. And when I hit you with a fact, you want to come back and respond to it because you don't have the answers. You're Kanye and Sway. You don't have the answer. You want to just say something, and then somebody does have a halfway answer. You come back and like the comment, but you don't respond. You make me so mad. I can see right through y'all, man. Like
and Walter give you these eyes.
Right.
But
I did. No. The politics ain't a thing. Don't get into it with us, man. Like we do this. Like. We're really like you. If you know somebody is a researcher and articulate, and we're about it, don't step in the ring. I'm not trying to fight Brock Lesnar. I'm not trying to fight The Rock. I know my limits. You know what I'm saying? Relax.
Walter,
go ahead. I ain't no punk though.
Again, I've been saying this for a couple of episodes and for a couple of posts. Humility, folks. I just need some of y'all to eat up some humility. It is okay to come out your mouth and say whatever you feel, and then it is okay to say, you know what?
I don't know.
Wrong. I don't know the answer. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Let me go research it. You know, it's okay to do that. That is what conversation is about.
Informing me.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
So here's a real quick example. A really good friend of mine posted an article on Facebook about why you should or should not vote for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. All this nice, language and stuff. I was reading through it. I said, "Oh yeah, this is good. This is good." She posted. She was like, "Yeah, this is good." Somebody came on the page and said, "Hey guys, it starts off good, but it's really not good because if you check near the end of the article, the writer is actually downing Hillary and putting all this verbiage in there that makes it sound like she don't know what she's doing or that her policies are all jacked up or whatever else. And at the end of it, it made it sound like Trump should be your vote." Now, they were very wise in the way in which they wrote this. Right. And I even had to go back and reread it. And I said, you know what? You're right. I didn't read it that way because, number one, my vote was already chosen. But I was like, yeah, it was sprinkled with some little pixie dust that I barely, I missed all of what was said. Yeah. And so even in that moment, I had to type on Facebook, you know what? I'm so sorry. You're absolutely correct. This is, that is jacked up. I didn't even see that, blah, blah, blah. It is okay, folks. We can't be so serious about stuff. It is okay to say, I don't know. Or to say, I was wrong. It's okay to do that.
You know what's funny? A lot of people, I blame Facebook. And here's why. Because hold on.
Well, there goes that sponsor.
Okay. Hey, I had to check with Deshaun. That's not a sponsor. Okay.
Yeah, it's just so funny, man. Because I be so honest, and people hit me with the whole, you don't want to have a Trump supporter on the show because you're scared, or I'm like, fam. I just did an event with some of the biggest people names who are looking at me, who've been looking at me, and I'm still saying what I want to say on the channel. I'm not hiding. This is me, my face, my name. And I'm still saying what I want to say. And some of these people in these big positions, not people out of my panel, but just people in general, are some Trump supporters, the third party. And I'm still saying what I want to say because I'm not going to have a platform. I don't care if it's 10 people listening or 10,000. It will be a disservice to myself not to speak out and use whatever voice I have to say what's real. This is too serious to play around with. So some of y'all who don't look up facts, y'all the scared ones. Y'all scared to have an opinion. Y'all scared to have a factual-based opinion and do research. Y'all are the scared ones.
They're scared to be told they were wrong. That's it.
But hold on. But going back to Facebook, I blame Facebook because like sometimes when you're filling out forms and it says read all conditions of an agreement and you can't check it until you scroll down and check it. Well, Facebook there isn't something like that. Like you can literally share an article without even touching it. Like there was one article about it says why Hillary's a nasty woman. If you read the article, it's like a Trump says this, but in actuality, she does this, she does that. People were sharing it, not reading it, like, oh, see, Hillary's bad, here's nasty. And I'm like, y'all didn't even read the article. The headline was saying that, but if you look at the article, it's breaking down why she isn't. And so I was looking at people and I'm like, I had this debate. Should I comment and tell them that it doesn't really say that? Should I message them? You know what? No.
Let them look
because if I do it publicly, you're going to try to save face. Or delete my comment, or try to argue just, It's like, it's not going to go that way because y'all already are in a mindset. So it's like, sometimes you want to kind of help people out, but then it's like, is it worth it? Because you're just going to think I'm trying to play you, and you don't want to be corrected. Exactly. So I just get tired and I just skip over it. But I just wish there was a function where you had to at least scroll down at least before you shared something at least. So.
Which is true. And Walter, like I said, I've said it before, I am even one who has done that, where I've posted something and didn't mean to, and oh my goodness, it wasn't the right thing, whatever else. Again, just eat a little bit of humility. Take a
Right.
moment and say, you know what, I was wrong. Oh well, you move past it, you learn, you become a better person for it, and you keep it moving. As far as actually responding to folks, y'all already know in
Yeah.
the group, sometimes y'all have a whole situation going on. I'll come into the end and I say, what's going on? Why? Because I didn't, I wasn't on involved, I wasn't in a part of it. But at the same time, sometimes you do have to pick your battles. Some things are not for you to speak on.
Yeah.
And that's fine too.
I
But
want
you still have to be willing to back that up. If it's not something that's yours and somebody calls you on it, you still got to be able to back that up too. So honestly,
my friend said don't vote, so that's why I'm not voting. Shut up.
okay, that's not an answer for me. But you got to, my
Shut
thing is just
up.
be willing to back yourself up.
My friend said this, and she confirms what I'm saying. Shut up. So what? Who cares? But like she ain't saying nothing different than what I'm saying. Except I got facts.
So I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm
So
sorry. I'm sorry.
based on this lovely article that I misread, one thing that was brought up was about the Supreme Court justices.
Yeah.
And the fact that the next president,
Yeah, get
will
some money.
have the opportunity to choose possibly up to 4 Supreme Court justices.
Right. Yeah.
Any thoughts, concerns, comments about that? Because that's actually a situation where checks and balances kind of gets thrown out the window. So any
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them should have already been chosen, but the
Yeah.
checks and balances won that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
right,
who's to
exactly.
say that they're going to do the same thing to Hillary that they're doing right now to
Barack.
Barack? Because
Yeah.
he's already picked somebody, but
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are blatantly saying no, you can't do it, and that's actually his job.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you vote in if Hillary wins, I guarantee you, she probably won't make it choosing all 4. Just saying, she may choose
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's why
that,
I said up to 4. That's why I said up to 4.
up
Oh,
to
they're going to
4.
block it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Barack.
and that's what I mean in terms of just doing the research, because I just saw somebody post in the group that was like, vote locally at a minimum, and that's cool. So when you walk into the polls, you're just not gonna just fill out any of the top ones. You're just gonna go straight to the second page. Like
You know
what I'm
what?
saying? Like if you're gonna like because you have to fill out the whole thing, and you have to put the dots in. So it's like you're just not gonna just do the first. You're just like come on, like you're not making sense.
It depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
Some places they do it in different.
Yeah,
And-
but you're already there.
So
You're already there.
So
You know what?
here-
We can't win them all.
exactly. And here's part of the thing with that. So I guess in some situations, right? If I'm gonna be open about it, some situations, like I'm in California. Typically, we're a Democratic state, right? So some people don't get all riled up. Like, look, I don't want Donald Trump to win. I may not love Hillary, but in this state, there's a 99.9% chance Hillary's going to win. The electorals have already been cast, so that's not where I'm going to spend my time. Fine. Right. In most situations, in those other states, right? You have to treat. I mean, we talk about like domestic violence. It's like if you're not saying anything and you're seeing it, you're part of the problem. If you're in a state and you're not voting for Hillary, you might as well be voting for Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Like a lot of times, like you might as well be voting for him. So let's not sit this one out. Even if you have some questions about Hillary, like Walter said, hold her accountable when she's in office, because we don't want to see the other person in office. So go ahead and get out there and vote on Tuesday.
It's just like if you're already there though, like if you're already there, it's like you thirsty, right? And you hungry. I'm using the analogy because I gotta break stuff down. Let's say you go to Popeyes, right? I just came back to Popeyes wings and bacon. And you're thirsty and you're hungry, and you ask Popeyes, you're like, okay, well, at minimum, I'm gonna just get the chicken. And you're not gonna get a drink. It's like if you're already there, why don't you just get the drink with it? Like you're gonna go through all that, wait in line. Like this is an analogy. Wait in line, get the chicken, pay for it, leave, and go somewhere else get a drink, and not drink at all. You're there.
Walter, again.
They don't want that drink.
They
They drink's too expensive. They go on to 7-Eleven and with drink 99 cents. They don't want that drink.
But it's a combo. It's a combo.
Walter,
So you saying you don't want the combo?
Walter, I am speaking to these emotional Hotep voters who are against trying to vote for the presidential candidate.
Oh man.
I'm speaking to them. Still go out and vote for your local elections. Still go
Yeah.
and do the services that Walter's mentioned, like going out to do community service or whatever
Yeah.
other things you want to do. You still got to do all that stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to take it. You know what? I hope I don't get emotional in this comment.
Yeah.
My father was in the military, killed in Iraq in 2003. As a matter of fact, the anniversary of his death is tomorrow. Okay. And I'm saying this to say that it is a disservice to folks like him who have gone out here and fought for our country, lost their lives, and not even thinking military. Let's take it back to some folks who have ancestors who have marched, who have done all these other things for you to have the opportunity to vote. Okay.
Right.
Just going back to the opportunity. There are places where a Black woman wouldn't even be allowed near a polling booth. Okay. Wouldn't even be allowed near it. There are places where a Black man wouldn't be allowed. A man would have to have a certain level of economic education, economic
Economics,
growth, whatever else to even be allowed to do certain things. So my thing is this: we live in America. You have chosen to live here.
Yeah.
You chose, or you're still here. Let me put it that way. Yeah. And so why not go out and do your civic duty?
Yeah.
Your civic duty.
Please.
To cast a vote, and whatever that vote may be.
And
exactly.
to respond, one of our good friends and colleagues, much respect to him, comment on the post. So I want to get into answer some of that. It says basically, regardless of who the president is, we'll never get the change we hope for, right? And so,
right.
And so with that thinking, it's almost like we're here. The system was set, the process was chosen before we got here, right? It's almost like a kid being born into foster care. So you're gonna say, well, all these parents they offer me are crappy, so I'm gonna just stay in the system. Like it ain't out. Like you hear, like there is going to be someone residing over the country after, sometime soon. So to not have a say in it, because politics are tricky, right? The president doesn't have total control, but someone is going, like Walter said, someone's going to be in that position. So while they don't have total control, to not want to have some say so over the person who's going to get there. I mean, talking about all these people talking about watching the 13th Amendment and all these different documents, like they do have some power. They can affect your day-to-day life. So why not have a say in it? Like some say in it at all. You don't have to be waiting for Superman. Doesn't have to be the ultimate dictator, but why not have some say into something, for someone who could hopefully forgive these student loans? Oh, my fault, too personal.
No, I'm
just messing with you.
No, it's not. I wasn't. No, the shot is you're right, because I want to say this and you're right, and somebody just commented. Listen, this is what I want to say, and we're going to wrap up in a second. Okay. The president of the United, I'm a religious person. I don't know. Everybody's saying, Jesus is my savior.
Second that emotion.
Absolutely, Lord, I'm religious. Thank God, Jesus, all that. That's who saves my life, and that to me is going to change the world. So I'm not looking for a president. I'm not praying to the president. The president isn't waking me up this morning. I get that the president won't wave a magic wand, any president, and make everything better. That's not what we're saying. Just like when you hire someone, it's for a temporary thing. Even if somebody's working for you for 12, 13, 15 years, like it's always a temporary thing. We're almost hiring a person to be our spokesperson. If those out there who feel the same way and don't think, well, there's no president, that's never going to do anything, and la, what are you doing? What are you doing to change anything? Tell me, specifically, for anybody out there that says there's no president that's going to change everything, what do you propose we do, and then what are you doing about it? What are your plans? Please tell me, what are you doing at the moment to make any change? Are you doing something that's going to have a bigger impact than Hillary's going to have on Tuesday? Because if you are, let me know. Let me know. I can help you out. But if you're not doing anything bigger than Hillary and you're criticizing us for voting for her, all you're doing is just being a sideline hypocrite. You're the person at the basketball game calling someone a bum, but you can't shoot. and you're getting mad at me for voting for the person who's on the court. And you're not. So if you're not on the court, You're not going to shoot. You're not changing anything. What are you doing that matters other than just saying what we're doing? At least we're making a stand on something, because I've done other things outside of vote for president that I don't want to run through all the list of things that I've done in terms of community, not like professional resume wise, but just like community wise, protesting and community service and mentoring, all those other things specifically that I've done in addition to voting. So I'm not just leading and praying and, oh Lord, I'm praying for Hillary to save us. She's not, you know what I mean? Like, I've never done that for any president. But that is a part of the entire ecosystem and entire process of trying to make this country better, is at least saying, okay, well, why are we doing this stuff on the ground level? Let's at least vote for somebody who's speaking to that. And I feel there's nothing wrong with that, but to be so cool and like, y'all just do whatever, I ain't gonna vote. Then what are you doing? Because if you ain't doing nothing but complaining and sharing memes, then you're part of the problem. You part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can maybe black and still part of the problem, because you're not unifying anybody. You're not uplifting anybody. You want to tear people down who want to make a change. The same thing with the whole Paris thing. And I have to go back to that. Sorry, chat. I gotta get at you about that. But the whole Paris thing of like, oh well, y'all just putting up posting things about Paris and pray for Paris and making people feel bad about feeling bad people in Paris. But there's thousands of millions of, I don't know how many people in Paris. There's a lot of black folks. I was there. There's a lot of black people in Paris and everywhere. So if you feel there's pray for Nigeria and pray for Ghana, then you say that too. But don't knock those who are feeling compassionate about someone. That's what y'all do. Y'all want to point the finger at people, make people feel bad about making a change, but you don't have any ideas. You don't have any plans. You're not proposing anything. You just want me to be clueless like you and be cool and listen to Solange all day and watch Luke Cage and say support black businesses. Even though I love Solange's album, but it's on Sony. Sony Music Group isn't a black business. I love Luke Cage. It's part of Marvel. Marvel isn't a black business. But I love those. But I'm entertained and I supported it. But see, those are facts. Those are facts. Y'all don't want facts. Y'all want memes. Okay, so meme this, meme these. Go vote.
He is hot. I thought Michael Jackson had that fired up. This ain't nothing.
Listen, man, and let me tell you something, man. Personally, I've been having a great year and I've done amazing things. But man, sometimes you gotta get over yourself, because none of that stuff, none of the stuff that I'm doing, none of this, first of all, is possible without Jesus and without God. So all of that's for Him. But my life could change in an instant. Man. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't about me and what I've done or anybody with and all this stuff. That stuff's in the past. You do something today, it's gone tomorrow. This is about our future, and you guys have to be serious and get real. And nothing is bigger than yourself. Nothing, like, I'm sorry, everything is bigger than yourself. Like, so you gotta like think outside of your box. Think for your children. Think for your neighbor, and get real, man. Y'all not too cool to go out there and vote, man. What's wrong with y'all? Like, wake up. Damn. Excuse my language. Praise the Lord, and made a curse word all within 5 minutes. But damnation, I mean damnation. So let's wrap this up, man, real quick. Man, let's wrap this up. I gotta get back to your other shows and all that, and love
man,
and
I gotta get this hour back. I'm tired.
Love it.
Yes.
love it.
DVR mine.
Love the hip hop, the Walking Dead version. And then I gotta get back.
Monday, Walter.
No.
Housewives tonight. Okay.
I'm sorry. Y'all gotta get back to watching Nene put on another wig. Like, y'all gotta get back to all that. I get it. That's all more important. I don't know if Nene's on this season. Besides the Nene, but y'all,
no,
all that's
on Atlanta yet, boo.
Okay. Well, that's so much more important than actual stuff that'll happen. So I'll let y'all get back to that. Yeah. Y'all be hotepped out. Think of some more hashtags and holler at me. But for those that want to change, man, please go out there to the polls, especially those that are in the swing states. I can post up some information in the group and on this website about it. Hopefully you already registered. Please go out there, your local officials, state, for the presidential. Please go out there, make your voice heard. Please, it only takes a few seconds. Just realize that it's not just about you. Everything else could be your job, your clothing, who you date. All those things are about you, and you shouldn't be judged, man. When you talk about voting, man, and if you have a personal reason why you're not voting, I mean, I really can't judge you off that, but I just hope that, like, even if you're not voting for whatever reason, at least you're doing something equally important on your individual level. You know what I'm saying? And for those who want to publicly say why we're puppets, I would love to hear what you're doing so that I can support what you're doing. Not to try to tear you down, but I want us all to lift up. Let's do something. All right, let's do something, man. I'm not saying you should have all the answers. Y'all got kids, you got jobs. You can't be everybody can't be Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I get all of that, but we all gotta play our part, man. Even having this show, even on this episode, this isn't like a million something views or whatever, but like
It might be.
It might be, but if I can change, if we can change one person's mind or two people, even somebody right now is going to watch this or watching this that didn't even comment, is not even logged in, that's just hearing us talk. Even if we can change their mind, they say, you know what, man, let me just throw on some headphones, man, and go out to the polls real quick, man, and just rock out, man, and just vote. You know what I mean? That's it. If you want to post your little sticker, you can still get likes off your little sticker. You know what I'm saying? Y'all worry about Facebook. Get a little sticker, you know what I mean? Vote and then post it on Facebook, get your likes. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you rock. But just do something, all right? Dang, jeez, wait. So, man, all right. I'm sorry, man. This is way too important. This is way too important. So wrapping this up, man, Deshaunus, man, any last words, bro?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to balance us out a little bit here because I know we have a lot of viewers. So I want to thank you all who planned on voting for Hillary, who wanted to come and be reassured. I know we spent a lot of time on those who were not going to vote, that we're not going to vote for Hillary. That's important. But thank you all for tuning in, who's going to do it, who always supports us. We appreciate it. We're standing with you as you're standing with us. And then for those who are also going to do that, I have a strong contingent of people on my Facebook page in Ohio, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, some important states. So even if you know who you're going to vote for and you're relatively quiet, this week is the time to share, influence somebody. If you can influence somebody in the swing state, that is huge. Like I said, I'm in California. It's part of the process. But at the same time, I know that someone may be watching tonight from Georgia, from North Carolina, from Virginia, from wherever that can say, you know what, from Ohio that says, look, I need to get out there and do my part and vote. So help us out. Help us out. I know you're vote wherever, but help us out. Share, get influence, and thank you for tuning in.
Hilly Rock on any block, man. Especially the swing blocks. I can't do it. I try to do the Hilly Rock. I don't really enjoy myself when I'm doing the Hilly Rock. I'm trying to get into it. I feel a little uncomfortable, but you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Jersey. No, Donita, any last words?
Again, get out and vote. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for somebody else. Do it for somebody that's, come and gone. Do it for the future. Do it for whatever reason. If you just can't find it within yourself to be a voter, go out and vote, y'all. And we are at the point at which research at this point, it's all out there. You can go look it up if you want to, or just go ahead and get it done. If you want to make any kind of change and make a stance, do it after November 8th. You change your voter registration to independent after November 8th. That's fine.
Real.
I mean, that's it. I mean, this is a serious situation, so just do what you got to do.
Please, man. Even if you mad or upset, have an ice grill at the polls. Just vote.
That's what I'm saying.
Blast your Solange. This is Solange. I can say her name. Solange, blast it to the table loud in your headphones while you vote. Oh man, I'm so mad. I gotta vote for this woman. Let me vote for her. Cool. Do whatever you gotta do while you're at the polls. Okay. Sorry. Any last words?
Vote, 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 vote. If you don't vote, I feel like you just whacked me. Like, you can always be whacked for the rest of your life in my book if you don't vote. When I look at you, I'm just going to say you whack. Every time I see you, I'm going to say you whack. I'm going to say you're a loser. I'm going to say you don't have no life. I'm going to say I hope you work at, the bottom of the barrel job for the rest of your life. I hope that you don't proceed in life.
You will.
I know I shouldn't have said it as a Christian woman. But at the same time, I'm going to say it just because I feel like if you don't vote, I don't want you to complain about nothing. You better not come in here and tell me, oh, man, why they fixing the roads? Oh, man, this is what's going on my taxes. I don't want to hear it because you didn't go out there and vote. You could have changed these tax rates, but you know what?
Yeah.
You didn't vote. So vote, 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 vote. And it is okay to be different. It is okay to evoke change. Bring somebody with you that, maybe voting somewhere else. But you know what? As long as they're voting, as long as they're actually doing the act of voting, It is okay. I live in Virginia, which is a swing state.
Yeah.
I live in a neighborhood where it's a whole bunch of Trump signs out here, Trump Pence.
Yeah.
I got my little lonely Hillary bumper sticker, you know. Hey, it's still up there. Ain't nobody took it off yet.
Okay.
I'm highly surprised.
Yeah.
When I go to work, I'm the only one in the parking lot with Hillary one. But you know, that's okay.
They know you
Yeah.
'Cause I
crazy.
stand out for mine.
Yeah, they know you crazy.
They know
They
I'm
know you
crazy.
crazy. They know they ain't
know
touching that
I'm
sticker. They ain't touching
Yeah.
that sticker. They know what's up.
Yeah.
And look, they know too, because they know how I debate at work. I even debate at work, because I'm gonna change somebody in that job. I'm gonna change somebody, okay?
It's
Yeah.
okay. They can do
I
it in
debate at
secret.
work. And
Yeah.
I don't highly suggest that because you might lose your job. Now, I don't
Right.
suggest you go out there and try to debate your boss. You know,
No.
don't be like me.
Well,
Vote like me.
well, you
Don't
know
do
what?
that, but just vote, and don't just repost. Vote.
Yeah.
Put an original thing up there. Don't just repost stuff just to be reposting it. Vote. Vote.
Original thing.
That's
I
it.
want to say too, don't worry about your job because if Trump wins, we all gonna have a job at a plantation.
You ain't gonna
Right.
have one.
It depends
Back
on
the house.
it depends on what season. Like some seasons I probably may be in the house, but
Oh,
I'm being a little drunk.
I'm in the
So
house.
listen, I'm gonna be in the garden at least, but it's still gonna be out. It's still gonna be outside. It's like, you know when they need to bring somebody the tea, you gotta be outside to bring the tea.
Stop.
I'm gonna be
I
out
ain't
there
picking
in
no cotton.
Rickshaw.
I ain't picking no cotton.
Yeah,
I'll be
listen.
here Tubman out that joint. And look, I got Sierra back because I'm not
I
doing
hate-
no work.
I
I'm not
hate to
being no
tell you.
slave.
Yeah, we
I'm
needed this
not
last
doing
year.
Well, Tyra, listen, Harriet Tubman had a free state to go to. We're
My
not gonna have
first
free
state is gonna
states
be
to go to.
Mexico. Mexico is gonna let me in. I'm telling you, Mexico is gonna let us in. If Donald Trump wins, Mexico is gonna let us in. Y'all trying to go to Canada? Y'all trying to go to Europe? We need to go to Mexico.
Well,
They are gonna let us in. Trust me.
don't
They
go to
gonna be like,
London.
come on over here. They gonna let us in.
Brexit.
I'm going to Mexico.
Well,
I'm going from Texas.
half my people in London gonna love us, half that. They on that Brexit stuff.
Look,
We need
I'm
an underground
going from
airport.
Texas.
Oh
You
God.
need to go.
How's that even
I'm
possible?
telling you. You need to go to Mexico. They open up the borders for 3 minutes. Okay?
Listen,
What?
Underground
Blue t-shirt.
airport.
listen, we need an underground airport, man. That's what we need, man.
Oh my God.
We need an underground airport. I don't know how that's gonna happen. I don't know.
This is insane. This is
No,
insane.
we needed these laughs, y'all. We really did.
Yeah.
No, it's serious.
This is a heavy topic.
TSA.
But it's really serious though. This is a serious thing. Like y'all
Trump, listen,
y'all
Trump,
playing, this is serious.
Trump's not trying to build a wall to keep the Mexicans out. He's trying to keep us in.
Right.
Cino said that, man.
Listen.
Yeah, he's trying to keep us in, man. He don't care about them. He care about us. He want us to go to plantation.
And before we close, I'm gonna say one more thing because I forgot to. This is what people probably care about most. If
Yeah.
Trump wins, they gonna cancel the show. They gonna be the last episode of Y'all Don't Vote Tuesday, man. We can't allow that. They gonna shut it down.
This is
That's what gets
hey. Y'all not gonna Wayans Brothers me, all right? Y'all not gonna. This is a serious. This is a serious finale.
Oh my goodness.
This is not girlfriends or whatever. This is not Golden Girls. We will have a series finale, okay?
Oh my God.
So it takes a little while. If he gets to office, it's a little while to dates to cross over, to change over. So we got a couple of months. It'd be like if BMOCTV Jersey, just end up like that.
Dallas, you just gonna wake up.
I know. Talib, man. Any last words, man?
Yeah, man. And last words. I just want everybody just to vote with their mind and just realize the fact that this is really important. Like every election is important, but this one in particular is something we have to really stop crying about it. Worry about what we can do for Hillary on the 9th, but on the 8th, let's get it in. That's it.
Yeah, man, get over it. Like he's saying, get over it. It's okay, man. Just vote for Hillary. That's all you
gotta
got
tell
to
nobody.
do.
You can still post your little "I voted for Trump" stuff on Facebook. Won't nobody know. Just
Protest,
Hillary.
green tea party and all that.
Right.
You know what?
You can fake it all. That's fine.
You know
Just put Hillary.
On top of that, like no one's saying that we're not gonna hold her accountable. The fact that we have to get a real person, we can hold her accountable. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. J and B, you know, y'all in the J and B. Listen, y'all two favorite couples is rocking with her. Barack and Michelle and Jay-Z Beyonce. All right. What else do you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, voila. You know what I'm saying? There you go. There's your happy little families. They're voting for her. Yeah, you should do what they do. You follow them, do everything else they do anyway. might as well do what they're doing now. They go vote for her. So like listen. Oh, one last thing. Just because the Democrats and all that, they don't have to endorse. As you see from Ted Cruz and John McCain and George Bush, they're not endorsing Trump. So don't think it's just that they gotta do it. They really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like this evil woman, they really don't have to endorse her. So when you thinking about it, and again, if you like Sean said, you like Barack, and he voted for he's voting for Hillary, and he put Hillary in the cabinet, but she earned her way. But you know what I'm trying to say. If you're either saying that you don't trust him, or you just rocking with whoever because he's backing her, and that's what matters. So in all issues, we listen tonight. We broke down her policies and plans. This wasn't a fear discussion. Fear. We actually told you why she would be a good candidate. We talked about the third party stuff. We gave y'all some facts. We gave y'all some opinions. Respect it. I'm not at this point right now. I'm just keeping it in the buck, and please hold me accountable. I'm not debating this anymore. This would be 2 days in. I'm going to point people to this video. If y'all don't want to watch, y'all will just be the people who are uninformed anyway. So I will point you to the minutes of what we talked about. All right. I'm not debating this no more. That's it. It's over. We have 2 days, tomorrow and then a wake up. You know what I mean? Like it's less than 2 full days to make the decision. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to have nobody debate tonight. Debate for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to vote. So get out there, vote, support. If you want to see more, check out youtube.com/BMOCTV. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/BMOCTV. Come at the group. Oh, the group. I have like 110 requests. Member requests. Listen, I've been so shell shocked by people coming in and not being who they are. I'm scared of that. That's my real fear. I'm like, I don't want to add anybody. I don't know who these people are. Like, I don't want no problems. Like, people are, and y'all see, I don't know if y'all can see the admin, people are, it's like 105 people in here. I haven't ever added anybody. I don't want no static.
Just let them in. I'll screen them out.
Yeah, well,
I'll read them right on out for you. Come on, let them in. Come on, let them in.
We've had a peaceful month and a half. Like, I want to keep it. Yeah, we'll give or take a Drake discussion. Give or take a Michelle A. Drake discussion here and there. I'm sorry. I was supposed to mention that.
Don't say her name up here.
You compromised the whole episode.
Not say it.
You compromised the whole episode.
They shut us down, man. Give or take.
Don't take us down, Dre. Chronic was a good album. Go California.
I gave Compton a high review. Like I went hard.
Album of the year.
Compton, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm still bumping Compton. It's somewhere in Apple Music, South Apple Music, all that. All right, cool.
Shout out to those who are in the live chat. They were on and popping today.
Yeah, but not all of y'all. Shout out to Jessica. Shout out to Deidre.
Right. I mean,
shout out to Drunk Girl,
my sister.
I'm saying shout out to the live chat because they were peaceful. So I'll give y'all that.
Yeah,
y'all were respectful, so I appreciate seeing that.
That's true.
Good conversation. Good conversation. So that's good.
Well, Malibu put VA, and then Darth Shylon Jones put 757. Shout out to VA 2 up 2 down. Oh yeah.
All day. Oh
yeah. And shout out to, again, live the biz, live the biz. They got for supporting. And that's it, man. Again, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, man. And please get out there and vote. Show love. I'm BMOC. Peace.